From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
Preparing for the pain, just 3 days away from southbound I-75 shutting down for 2 years, but it is not all bad news. Good evening. Come Saturday morning, southbound I-75 will close for 2 years to rebuild the Rouge River Bridge.
It's like a long time, but it's a big project, $200 million worth of project, and it'll shut down the southbound lanes from Detroit to downriver. Our Steve Garagiola reports it's a good news, bad news story. Of course, depends on who you talk to. Steve?
The I-75 Rouge River Bridge project is not seen as good news for many commuters who live downriver.
It's going to be very inconvenient. I mean, that's a long time, and most of that road, I think, is still in great shape.
If you can't use southbound 75, what do? Let's look at the big picture. Luckily, I keep all of my kids' arts and crafts supplies in my desk at work. The bottom line is, you don't have too many options. The plan is for commuter traffic to use 4th Street as a detour. That puts a lot of extra traffic on 4th Street. Good news for a small business like Harry's Coney Island.
It's going to be like Manhattan in Lincoln Park, Michigan, bumper to bumper.
Good news for a shop like Flowers by Lob.
And from what I understand, it will be mostly cars because they're going to route the trucking off of either 275 or 94, that way.
You are correct, Amy. MDOT wants truckers to take 96 to 275 that eventually hooks back up with 75. But that's about a 30-mile detour. The concern is that many truckers will take 4th Street as well, making one big traffic jam.
It's going to be a terrible burden for everybody who lives in this area, and I don't know why it should be shut down for 2 years.
Well, the answer to that is MDOT says the project will go faster, it will be safer, it'll be more efficient, and in the end, it will cost less, and we can only hope it will go as smoothly as traffic is moving down there. Guys, back to you.
I very much admire the Garagiola diorama you have in front of you. That's a great look. But I mentioned southbound lanes, and that's what you were showing us there as well. What about the northbound side of I-75?
Well, there's been a lot of question what's happening on the northbound side. There was some talk initially about two-way traffic to keep it moving in that area. That's not going to be the case. Northbound will be open through this project, but only northbound. The southbound side will be closed completely.
So 2 different plans of attack, depending on your daily drive then. All right, Steve.